Growing up, getting to do theater and getting to use my imagination really grew me just as a person. So that when I was a little kid, it went from dreaming of being a pirate or a cowboy to now dreaming of being a doctor. And so I know acting definitely isn't for everyone, but for me, it really pushed me to learn to speak in front of people, to put myself out there, to imagine to be another character and to chase my dreams. And so basically that was the passion behind this project, to give other youth who come from harder backgrounds than I, but who are amazing kids, the opportunity to chase their dreams, use their imagination, and get to act and speak and perform in front of others in a play that kind of teaches the central message that you can be whoever you were created to be and not what other people say you have to be. I'm doing an honors thesis titled Kingdom Street that focuses on applied theater and community engagement. I am a pre-med student, and so I didn't at first consider that I was going to do something like this. This is a core tenet of my thesis, is how stories affect us as humans and how they can not only be used for entertainment, but to transform individuals and communities and empower youth, underprivileged peoples around the world. One of the most beautiful things is when I first started thinking of this project, at first I considered doing a play like Annie or Peter Pan, stuff I grew up acting in. But for a lot of these kids who are recently immigrated to the United States, those stories aren't relevant, and so I wanted to bring a story that was meaningful to me in the ministry, but also that could infuse their cultures and their own stories. And so I worked with some of the kids, actually helped create the dances and the songs that you saw in this performance. Kudos to the kids is because these youth work super hard in a very short amount of time to get this together, and I'm so grateful to have the privilege to work with them. The resilience and grit and determination of the kids and their willingness to be a part of this. It gets hard to talk about it because I went into this project thinking that I was going to, help them in a way to explore, use their imagination, explore their dreams, and break down those walls. But a lot more than that, they helped me overall. Just seeing how willing they were to work, how excited they were about the project, and just how talented they were, and the fact that they would, spend hours, working on this play in a short amount of time to do this really shows a lot. And so that was a beautiful part, is that the different kids from various countries in Central Africa, Burundi and the Congo and Rwanda, were able to bring in their cultural dances and dresses and songs and actually incorporate that into the work. And so that was like one of my favorite parts, is like all they brought, because I could not bring that to the show. Up until the final performance, I was honestly not sure this was going to work out. It was very, very crazy and hectic, and I made a ton of mistakes along the process. We didn't have a theater up until about a week or two before the performance. Sets and props were still flying everywhere. The kids were still missing their cues. Music wasn't perfectly right, and lighting. But at the end of the day, for the final performance, everything came, and though there were still many bumps, the overall thing that the kids were excited and the story was able to be told.
Step into the light. The king is here. Who we are labeled as, but become who we really are.
Different characters, different members of the youth, after playing this character in the play, would come up later and be like, I didn't realize I could be a hero, or I didn't realize sing like this and be the lead star. And so like seeing that joy, that was the whole message of the play, is not seeing yourself as the world puts labels on you, as the world says you're not smart enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not talented enough, but really seeing the way that God sees you, and that Jesus sees you as whole and perfect and beautiful, and that he sees all these things you can come and sees the character that you should be. And that I think really aligns with the core Bellarmine mission and faith, and it was really beautiful to see through the kids.